Alright guys, welcome back to episode 23 of SevTech Ages. Back for another day of recording. I hope y'all have some snacks, you have something to drink, you're kicking back, relaxing, or even following along, because we are going to have a good episode today. So, full transparency, I had tried to record an episode earlier today, and it just was not working out, right? I was trying to record things, and it just wasn't turning out right. And when I looked back at the footage, I wasn't too happy with it. So I just realized I put this guy's not doing anything. So when I was recording, I was trying to get some oak wood chopped up here, and I put it in here, and I didn't realize this is the presser, not a chopping block anymore. We don't have a chopping block. Whoopsie doodles. We have our saw downstairs that we can use. So let me go over the ton of stuff that I did when I originally recorded. Unfortunately, I did just scrap all of that footage because it was not that great of quality, and I want you guys to have the best quality of stuff. So we'll run through a quick summary of everything right now, so you guys are up to date on what has been going on. So first and foremost, we crafted a market. So if we go in here and we take a peek, this was probably one of the easiest things that we did. Crafting a market, you just need some logs at the bottom, 2 planks on the side, and then this flute, which is some sugarcane, and then a fern or grass. And you can get those using some shears, which is what we had used to get ours. And then you put it down, and it spawns this guy, the Swap-O-Matic. So if you go in here, all he really has right now are seeds, saplings, and some other stuff. So you can buy bone meal from him. So far, everything in here, for the most part, is gold. You have to trade a gold ingot. There are some differences. Emeralds there. You saw some fertilizer there, and then down here, some monolith stone to get some flesh. So if you're having a hard time getting the flesh from killing them, killing the bad guys, you can easily just grab a ton of the stone from their hideouts, bring it back to this guy, and he can turn it into the flesh for you. But unfortunately, this is in age 2. When you had to do that, that was in age 1. But if you are crafting anything additional, you can always do that. Stuff that doesn't relate to the main path. So, easiest thing we did. The other thing that I did, which I don't remember if I had gone over in our last episode, but I did craft up a iron pickaxe. I figured it would be good. We did craft our iron hammer, and as you guys know, we were using that to pick up a lot of the resources like gold. I did go over and get some iron as well. If we take a peek over here in our storage, we have tons of gold and tons of iron. And even up here, oh, I took it all out. Oop, well, I didn't mean to do that. Well, we're going to get a block of iron. But I had some in here as well. So that's going to craft into that. I did go through and do some other tinker's stuff as well. I crafted an iron lumber axe. So this was from the earlier footage today. I crafted this bad boy up. And it's pretty straightforward on how to craft it. So if we take a peek in here, we go to tools, we go to the lumber axe. You just need a strong tool rod, one of these axe heads, a plate, and then a cross beam here. You put it all together in our tool forge over there. And it gets you this lumber axe. And what it does is it'll chop a whole entire tree down in one foul swoop, which is really nice. So like if we come over here, it'll also do it in a 3x3 area. So if we come over here, this is one of the trees that I actually bought from our market trader. The Amaranth tree, wood tree, something like that. You guys know what I mean. I got it over there. There's one thing to keep in mind. This only grows above Y level 65. So if you're trying to grow it any lower, it will not grow, even if you're using bone meal. So we've got to keep it up high. But if we use our lumber axe on it, it chops down the whole tree. Now, for some reason, I've been having a weird problem where it doesn't always get the base of it for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why it doesn't do the base of the tree. But it could just be my own positioning of the axe where I'm chopping at. So But anyway, we need to get rid of some stuff here. We could probably upgrade that, or we could use this shelf. Let's use this shelf. Stick those bad boys in there. Yeah, we need to clean this up a little bit. That will be an episode in its own. The other thing that I did was I got going on Tinker's Seared Bricks to get ourselves a smeltery. The way that you do that, so if we go in here, we go to Tinker's, go to the second tab here, and we go to our Seared Bricks. You need 4 of them to make 1 block, and you need to get Grout to do it. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. And Grout is made by using sand, clay, and gravel in a millstone. So I went downstairs to our automatic one we have hooked up to our water wheel, and you get 2 grout per each individual item of this. So if you had a stack of each, it's going to give you 2 stacks of grout in the end. You get double your output basically for overall stackage, if that makes sense. Anywho, so I did that, and there's different ways you can cook them up. So you can put them in a clay kiln and it will do it for free. But to save time, I just stuck mine in the furnace because we do have an automatic way of making low-grade charcoal. And low-grade charcoal lasts quite a long time, especially with our new tool, the Iron Lumber Axe. It makes it super easy to collect trees now. So I had been cooking up some seared bricks. And the reason that we are doing that is to craft our smeltery, like I said. So I did some expanding on our base down here as well. So over here, I cleared all of this out. I still need to beautify some of it here, which is easy enough to do. But I left a space for our smeltery. So this is where our smeltery is going to go once we get it all complete. We need a few more seared bricks and then 2 or 3 more additional items as well. So if we take a peek here in our Tinker's book and we go to smeltery, this is what the smeltery is. So it's very much like our melter and heater that we have upstairs. However, it's on a much larger scale. So as you can read in the first sentence alone, the smeltery can be a size from a 3x3 to a 11x11 and any height as long as it's at a minimum of 2 high. So I'm crafting mine somewhat small for now to begin with. But obviously we can go up higher as we go. I could have like tucked it away or something like that, but I thought it looked kind of cool to have it out in the middle, and we might actually make some glass from it. So I actually might take some of these down, and I might actually replace these with some glass ones, which would look kind of nice. Because you can make glass glass bricks. What's it called? Seared window. That's what we want. A seared window. That's how you make a seared window. You just need glass in the middle and those on the outside, and it'll make that. But anywho. So yeah. So we have this going, and the plan was to get it all together. But we did run into a hiccup. But first of all, let me show you. If you go into your Tinker's book, you get a 3D render of how it should be, which is really nice. So we have 3 on the bottom. I have them sunken into the floor there. And then you do a 3x3x3x3 on the sides there. You do not need the corners, as you can see. But then in the front, you need a fuel tank. You need the controller. And then this is a faucet, I believe, or a drain is probably what it's called. And that can go at any place. It's honestly better to have them, I like them to be on the 2nd level, because what those do, very much like what we have upstairs, I'll come back up here and show you. The drain, where you put these faucets into. So you put the faucets onto the drain, and then you can drain out into like a casting table or a basin. And we'll probably make more of those just because why not? We can. And it'll all match if we do it this way, because they do have ones that are the seared brick ones now. So yeah, we have all of those. We do need to make the smeltery drain, easy enough to do, much like the glass, the basin, and then the table. Pretty straightforward. You also have to get a faucet, but you can also get a channel as well if you need to have one of those. We do need the seared tank, which holds the liquid. So this will hold our lava for us, very much like how we have on our melter over there. And then the final thing we need to bring everything together, which is the brain of the smeltery, is the controller. And this is typically a different recipe, but because of the mod pack we're in, it is this recipe. So you have seared bricks all around, and then you need an Aqua Middle Gem. And to get that, let me go back in there. As you can see, it's from the Between Lands mod. And if we go into our progression here, the smeltery is hidden behind going to the Between Lands. So, unfortunately, if we want to continue making our smeltery, we will have to go to the Between Lands and get the gem that we need to make the controller, which is a bit of a bummer because so far I have really been wanting to do that, and I kind of wanted to make some more stuff, having a bigger smeltery, like some more armors and tools and stuff, before going to the Between Lands. However, I actually did some reading on the Between Lands, and some people are saying that it's best to not take anything with you to the Between Lands or anything that you care about, just because it can make things a little wonky. So I'll probably actually leave most of our stuff here when we go to the Between Lands, which could be this episode. I'm just playing it by ear for now because we do need to play a little catch up on what we've done, and I want to prepare a little more before we go there. And we do actually need to do a little more preparation before we even go there. We have to go and find some stuff. So as you can see, you have to locate a Druid Circle in a swamp biome, which we actually have. I did run across one when we were out exploring. I don't quite recall where it's at, so we'll have to go out and find it. But you are going to have to kill some bad guys out there. So we'll have to just be prepared for that. I think they're kind of tough, so we'll see when we get to that. But we are slowly but surely progressing. The other thing that I did do, you might have noticed, so this is in the spot of where I had our crate for cobblestone. What I did was I made a framed drawer for our cobblestone, which is one of our progression items. If we go into our progression here, one of the quests is to make a framing table. So a place for my things. Use a framing table to build a custom storage drawer using frame drawers and blocks you want as decoration. It's a little confusing if you don't understand the mod. So if we go to framing, if I could spell, let's just do drawers. So you can make different types of drawers. So there's half ones if you want to put them on a wall, very much like how we have the one that's downstairs for our millstone and stuff like that. Or you can make big ones. I had made a big one like this, holds 32 stacks per drawer. Very, very simple to make. You just take a chest or a, what was it? A weed wood chest. Interesting. Accepts any chest. Okay, so any chest in there, you can put in there. And then you put sticks all along. It'll get you this frame. And I'll actually, you know what? I'll show you. I'll craft one up really quick just to show you guys because it is actually pretty cool. So we need that, and we need some sticks. My inventory is a little bit of a mess right now, just because I do have some plans on what we're going to do next. So the framed drawer, let's grab that bad boy. You take this, and it's really cool. Because if you set this down on its own, you can't do anything with it. But if you come over to our framing table, you plop that bad boy in, it appears on the top of it, which is so, so cool to see. Now, I'm going to grab a few things to kind of demonstrate to you guys on the capabilities of this table and what you can really do with it. So we're just going to grab a couple blocks here. I think that would be good. Yeah, a lot of our blocks are very dark, unfortunately. But we could use like sand as well. So I'll show you guys how this works. So if we hop into the interface here, you have 3 slots. One is for the front fascia, so what the front of it will look like. 2 up here is for all of the outside. All the other faces of it will be whatever that is. And then this is for the borders. So let me show you really quick. So if we take a block of iron and we put it right here and we take a peek, it updates. So front fascia of this framing, of this drawer, is now an iron block. It looks like an iron block. Now, if we take that out, it goes away, obviously. And we could put in something different, like a red cedar plank. And you can do that for each one. Now, if we come up here and we do sand, the whole outside is sand. And you could leave it like that. If you didn't want to customize anything else, you can literally just put this one in here and it'll make a drawer of your liking right from it. You don't have to do anything additional with it. Whereas in the other ones, you still have to put, you have to have this one. So regardless, this is the one you must have. But yeah, as you can see, makes the whole thing look like sand. Now, if we swap it over to this end one, and let's actually use this one again. It'll be easiest to see. It makes the borders. So the borders now look like this wood, this red cedar plank. So you can super customize all of this, which is really cool. But yes, again, you have to have it like that. We could put dirt on the front like so, which is kind of cool because it helps you mark how the chests are, if you wanted to do it like so. But as you can see, I did one for my for my cobblestone, and it puts the item picture on the front of it. So I'm actually going to grab this. I'm going to set it down right on top of it. Ooh, okay, that's not where I wanted it to go. It doesn't, for some reason, it does not have a breaking animation for it. It's probably because you do customize it so much. But there you go. So now we have our cobblestone and we have our dirt. So if we take our dirt and you right click on it, it places it in there. And it shows you up there, you have one stack of 64 and it holds up to 32 stacks on the base one that we crafted. As you could see in here, there's different ones. So this will only hold 16, that will hold 8, and 8 as well. Like so. But it does give you, when you do the half ones, it does give you 2. They're a little bit more complicated crafting, but it's kind of cool. So you have it in there, and you can easily add more items in there, like so. Let me put some stuff away here really quick. Just so I'm not, that's not what I wanted. Just so I'm not holding a ton of stuff. Throw that away. Alright, I think we're good. If you, let's take that up there, just organize. If you right click, it'll take out 1. If you shift right click, it'll take out a whole stack for you. So as you can see, we have 2 stacks out and 1 additional one, and then there are 40 in there, as you can see right in the top middle. Now, if you have an item in there, it only takes 1 type of item, so we can't add in like a book or anything like that. You can't do that. It's only 1 type of item, at least for the ones that we have made. Now, if we double right click on it, it puts everything away. So we look in our inventory, we have no dirt on us, and all the dirt is in there. So 2 stacks of 64 plus 41 dirt, because it was 40 in there, and then we had that additional straggler. Now, if you take an open hand and you shift right click on it, it opens up kind of an inventory interface of it. You can't actually grab these. So if you click or do anything, you can't grab them. It just shows you the total amount of what you have in there and what item it is. So you can see we have 169 of the dirt in there. And then there are upgrades you can make for this as well, which helps expand the storage. So if we actually go to at drawers, we can see what the upgrades are. So you have a storage upgrade 1, which increases the storage to 2 times the base value, which is nice, but it takes blocks of coal. Now the second one will do it up to 4 times, and it takes 2 iron ingots, which is not that bad to do. And you also have to create the framing template, the upgrade template, which is very easy to make. You just take a trim, which is made like so, and then you put sticks around it. So you use a lot of wooden sticks, it makes sense, but you can put all of those upgrades in here and upgrade it. So as you can see, our stack limit on this one is 32. However, I put an upgrade in this one, and it gives us a stack limit of 128. And if we click into ours, you can see we have 2,433 cobblestone, and that is our upgrade right there. Now, You can't move these, unfortunately. They don't retain their inventory, so when you break them, it drops everything. I don't believe that there is, as of right now, a concealment, a drawer, locks drawers. I don't think there's a way. Oh, there is packing tape. So you can use packing tape to actually seal the drawers, so when you move them, you can they'll retain their inventory, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you have to put that in or how you use it. When we do end up moving something, I will happily try that out. There's also keys too, so if you're running on a server and you have other players around you, you can actually lock your items as well, so people cannot get into them. And you can also have show or hide item labels and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's really, really cool. And it's nice to store items that you have large quantities of. So like dirt, cobblestone for sure. If you were in like a desert biome, had a ton of sand or anything like that, really nice for that. And you can customize it to look the way you want it to look. So we do not need our crates over here anymore. So we can realistically get rid of this. Going to take its time. Unfortunately, there's the one downside to our iron axe here is that when you do try to mine something, it does it in the 3x3, so it will destroy wood items if they are in a very close proximity to one another, which is nice when you're chopping trees down, but it's not so nice when you're just trying to move something. But that's okay. We'll put all of this away like so. Yeah, I think we're good. How are we doing on hunger? We're getting a little hungry, but not too bad. We do need to organize, definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. It's great sentence right there. But anywho, so that was pretty much the main part of those. As you can see, I had crafted up some other casting plates that we can utilize. But the one thing that I definitely want to do this episode, this is going to take 8. How much do we have in here? 7. Okay. Let's grab another piece of iron and get that going in here. Didn't have to throw it in there, but anyway. Actually, we can't utilize that now that I'm thinking about it. So I do want to get to the between lands. And we will jump into that in just a second. There was one or two other things I did want to show you guys really quickly that I had done. So if we come over here, I expanded out on our walkway area here. And as you can see, it loops around to our second, to our third island, not our second island, our third island over here. I did not go far into it. And as you can see, I just dug out in here. I clearly need to expand a little bit more over here. It looks like we had some baddies down there, but we need to expand a little bit more there. And what I'm thinking is that up here, I might clear this out and put our astral sorcery stuff up there. I think it's astral sorcery stuff, right? Let's take a peek at our thing here for our luminous crafting station. I think it's astral. Yeah, astral sorcery. So I think I'm going to clear the top of this mountain off here, make the stairs keep going up, and I'll put our luminous crafting table up there eventually. But yeah, I think other than that, I think that's pretty much the most, I think it covers everything that I had done. The only other thing I'll show you real quick is over on the other side of the river there, I started expanding a little bit because I utilized some resources that I found over there. So some sand and clay and gravel I found over there. So I was digging that up. We do have some more charcoal that we can utilize here. Let's go back upstairs and we can throw this into our furnaces. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take some of it. I'm going to stick it in our grindstone over here. Grab our trusty steed and put him over there. He was crafting up some flour for us. Oh, there we go. He should break that down into some charcoal for us. So forgot about this. I forgot I had this over here. I had crafted up flour because you can utilize this to make bread. Well, you can utilize it to make a lot of things. But the one thing was making bread out by utilizing flour, salt, and then water. So if we take flour, salt, and water and we mix it in our basin over here, we can make what was it called? I already forgot. I was just looking at it and I already forgot. We can make dough, and then you cook up the dough and you make bread, and that's how I actually made these tasty sandwiches, which I don't remember if I showed in the last episode or not, so apologies if I have. But anywho, what we are doing today is preparing to go to the Betweenlands. So I got some stuff ready for us to do that. Before we go, I want to get together some materials. Specifically, I want us to make a bow. And I actually have some of the stuff ready. So I have the string that we need. I have the bow pattern limb that we need. And if I take a peek in the book here, we can go to our tools and we can go to the short bow. So we can craft this. Unfortunately, we can't craft this just yet. It would be way nicer, but we can do this one. So it's fast and mobile. It can use Tinker's arrows, which is very nice to be able to use, and it can also use normal vanilla arrows. If you do use the normal arrows, they're less effective though. So we have everything we need. Let's go into our part crafter here and take this bad boy. We'll put it like so. You can make this out of different materials, but for us to get started, I'm thinking I will do one out of bone, and then I crafted up these green slime crystals. So I'll show you how to do that really quickly. But you can use these to make a slime bow part. And it takes 3 of them. But the way you make these is you smelt up some of this green slimy mud, and you just take slime balls, some sand and dirt, and you get one of them, which is not too bad. Or you could take a block and do the same thing. Now, you might be wondering how I got slime blocks to do this. Well, it's kind of interesting because to make a slime block, you can use normal slime, but you can also use glue, which we have a good amount of glue. Because if you take hide and you put it in our cauldron, it cooks up and it makes glue. So we had a lot of that on hand, so I just made some of that. Now we can use our string to make our bow here, and I've found out you can use normal string like we've used here, Minecraft string, or you can use hemp string as well. There are options for you to use. So we have our all 3 of our parts here. We can go back over here and we'll stick away our stencils, and then we'll go over to our tool forge. We want to craft a normal short bow. We throw that in there, we throw that in there, we throw our string, and it's going to craft up a nice bow for us. It has a 600 durability, which is decent, and you can actually switch these back and forth depending on how you want it to look. So the white's on top and the green is on the bottom. If we switch them around, green is on top, white is on the bottom. So it's up to you how you want it to look. I think it looks good like that. It's kind of 1/2 dozen of the other. The attack is 3.5. It does have these traits to it. So we do have a little bit more damage. And just more damage from the bone. So we'll grab this. And then what we also want to craft are some arrows. So I just saw them. Here are the arrows. So we need a little boy like that, an arrowhead, and then a fletching on the end. I think that's what it's called. So if we go into our stencil table, we need our arrowhead. We'll grab that. We need this little boy here, the arrow shaft, the arrowhead, and then the fletching. I was right for once. So we take those bad boys, we can go to the part crafter. The fletching, we can just utilize feathers for. We only need to make one, and I'll explain why in a minute. So we can take that off. The arrow shaft, you can do in different ways, I believe. So, I don't know if you can use bone. You can use bone, but I think you can also use sugarcane. Projectiles have a, okay. This gives bonus ammo. Don't know if there's anything that would be bow. Draw 1.5. No bonus damage. Arrow shaft. Bonus ammo. Okay. If we use this, oh, it gives way more damage. Way more ammo and more modifier. So I think this will be the one to go with. So we'll do reed arrow. We'll grab that. Arrow shaft. And then the final thing we need is the arrow head. Like so. And for the arrowhead, I'm going to use the slime. Hopefully we have enough. We do. It uses 2. So we have 1 slime gem left. We take these bad boys out, go over to our pattern chest and stick them all away. Go over to our tool forge and we can craft up some arrows. So we plop that in there, and it'll give us slime arrows. So it gives us 170 arrows. That is crazy. And it has 3 modifiers on it as well. So now if we use this, you can see it shows up with our bow and arrow. Now I don't know if we have to have them both. We do not have to have it on our direct inventory as long as we have it on us. Can we have it in our backpack and it still work? No. So you cannot have it in your backpack. It has to be on your person inventory. You cannot do it like that. But you can see we have it all prepped and ready to go, and we can test her out. You get a nice little box, and perfect. And we can pick it up. If we hit shift, we have 170 ammo. So as long as you pick it up, you'll keep replenishing your ammo. So it's very similar how to Minecraft arrows work, but it's 1 arrow. That's all you need is the 1 arrow like so. It has 170 on it. If they do break, then obviously you lose your durability on it, but you can easily then craft more, which is awesome. So we have this together, which is perfect. I really wanted to have a ranged weapon. We do have a ton of other stuff on our inventory right now, though, that's clogging everything up. 2 things more to go over while I'm thinking about them. I did craft up some of these sharpening kits, which help repair your tools from Tinkers. So our hammer, our pickaxe, and our lumber axe will all be they'll all be repaired with these sharpening kits. And they're very easy to make. There's a crafting, what's it called? A cast. There's a cast for it, which doesn't take too much. I think it's like maybe 1 or 2 ingots that it takes, which is not bad. And it fully repairs it off of 1. It's not like where you repair with stone, where it takes multiple ones. You only need 1 of those to use. Then the other thing we did make was a handheld crafting table, which is really easy to make. You just take a stick and a crafting table in a crafting inventory. So if you just took a stick crafting table, you would get the handheld one, which is really nice because then it allows you to craft anywhere you want to go. You don't have to set anything down. You can just pop that out and use it. So with all that said, I think what I will do now is I'm going to clean up. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to clean up my inventory, get some of this stuff out of here, organize that a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to get some of this stuff out of here, and then I will try to go and find the Druid Circle in the swamp biome. I think that is what we will do. We'll try to locate it and see what we can see. We're already 35 minutes in, so we'll see what we get done this episode. But I will be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so I am currently trying to make my way out to a swampland to find what we need to get to the between lands. I did go a little off path, as you can see. I'm trying to go over here and I'm way over here. I realistically probably should have gone this way to look for more swamp biomes, but of course I did not do that. So we are making our way this way. So we actually need to go that way, but I wanted to show you this biome that I landed in. It looks like a mesa or something like that. You got the stained clay there, which is pretty cool. So we are going to keep moving on though to head to where we need to go. Unfortunately, it is night out. We do not have our sleeping bag anymore. I believe that did break on us, unfortunately, but hopefully we will be able to get to our destination fairly soon, and then you guys can see what I am talking about and what we need to do and what we need to get in order to get to the between lands. So once we get to our destination, I will be back with you guys. Alright guys, so we have made it to our swamp biome. As you can see, we will hop into our map here, and we are here. So this is what we want, this ruin. So we want to come in here, and I think we should be able to take these guys out. Yeah, they're not too tough. We have plenty of armor now. Alright, took him out. Did we get anything from that? We're going to want to eat here in a second. Oh, they do teleport, so you want to be careful of that. Did he drop what we wanted? I don't think so. Let's eat some food. Get some more food out here. So I'm going to take some stuff off of our inventory here that we do not need. I'll leave that, and that. So we have not gotten anything we need yet. So we need to get some drops from them. There's very specific ones we need to get. So if we take out some of the stuff in here, we want to have this table here as well. And they should be able to spawn... Oh, there we go. Got another one. Got two more. Okay. Let's hop up to the top here. And we'll get them... Oh, we'll get them with our bows from a distance. Or close up and personal. So this bow does a decent amount of damage. Not crazy, but like from a distance, it's not too bad. Oh, alright. Oh, we about to die. Okay, we need to move. We need to move. We need to eat. Alright, just gonna move for a minute here. This guy's following us. Alright. Alright, so far, nothing. Which is a bit of a bummer. We're not finding what we need. So let our health regen a little bit here. Is that what we wanted? Nah. Alright, we're not having much luck, unfortunately. Oh, and this guy's spawned over here. Oh, we got two of them on us now. Okay, we need to move. We need to move now. Jump, please. Alright. That is the one thing. You need to be prepared for this fight. They do move around quite quickly. But with our boots, we are in a good spot. That might have dropped one of what we need. Yes, a talisman piece. It's exactly what we needed. And we do unfortunately need a few of them. So let's let our health regen a little bit here before we try to hop back in this fight. Unfortunately, our sword is not holding up too hot. Thought there was another one that had spawned. But if we look in here, we need 4 pieces, and you can see what they look like. And so we have 1 of 4 so far. There is another one over here that we could try to take out as well. So what I'll do is try to farm these guys a little bit, and then I will be back with you guys once we have all 4. Alright guys, we got all 4 of our pieces here, so we can just go and throw them in like so. And then this should do its magic. You can see them floating there, which is really cool. I just hope none of them spawn while we're doing this. I just killed the 2 that spawn over here. And perfect, we got the Swamp Talisman, which is, gimme that. Which is perfect, that's exactly what we needed, and with that we can now create the portal to the Between Lands. However, that is going to be in the next episode, guys. Between episodes, I will make my way back to the base, and so when we go back, or when we start the next episode, we will be back there and ready to go to the Between Lands. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Helps me out a lot. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. If you want to follow along with the series, feel free to hit that subscribe button and bell notification. You guys know what it does. Keeps you updated on what is going on. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for sticking through till the end. I appreciate it so very much. I will catch y'all in the next episode. Thanks. Bye.